The bird lives. The bird lives. The bird lives, man. Larry Bird 2.0. So look, I don't know how I want to present this double spaced apology. I said Luka Doncic was the second most overrated player in the NBA, behind James Harden, and I said he'd done nothing in the playoffs. And then he goes and drops the definitive clutch three to win the game by 1 point to put Mavs 2-0 up. So I want to just first start by saying I apologize to Luka Doncic. He isn't just a stats padder. He isn't just a guy that just stuffs the stats, but when it comes to clutch time, does nothing. Because I thought he was the white James. I thought he was the Caucasian James Harden, who stats numbers, but it's not how many you score, it's when you score. When the pressure is at its tightest, what do? Last 2 minutes, fourth quarter, playoff game, 2 3 points game. Do you have the balls to grab that ball and make that play? Those are the elite guys. No one cares about you dropping 60 points or 70 points in a regular game. No one cares. So yeah, I think he dropped like what, 62 in like a playoff game or something. No, sorry, in a regular season game. That's all great. That doesn't make you elite. What makes you elite is what MJ did. It's what freaking Kobe did. It's what Allen Iverson did. It's what Steph Curry did. Even if Steph Curry, but that's for a different discussion, man. But so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm apologized. I'm a man enough to say I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Other thing as well is now Penny Hardaway is my favorite player of all time. Personal favorite player of all time. The greatest player of all time is MJ. The best player in terms of just taking everything into account, passing, points, longevity, and everything is Bron. The player with the highest eye test score, literally, he is the player I believe with a 100% eye test score. The player who I feel is the most skilled, the most naturally skilled is Kyrie. Like, even if do you know what Kyrie is? Kyrie is like Muhammad Ali. He's like Ronaldinho. He's like Federer. Where even if you know nothing about the sports, just watching him, you're like, wow, that's amazing. It's like when you watched MJ, like, you know nothing about sports, you're like, wow, show Ronaldinho to anybody. Show Ronaldinho. That's why so many people who are not really hardcore football fans know Ronaldinho, because just show any Ronaldinho clip, you're like, this is amazing. I know nothing about football, but I know this guy's amazing. Show any clip of Federer. Shout out to Nadal, but he's more PNP. Show any clip of Federer, like, that is literally poetry in motion. When you just see Federer play and just the grace with which he just hits the ball, there's just a beauty to how he plays, more so than Nadal that's a bit more aggressive, Djokovic that's a bit much more mechanical, and Sampras that's just much more about power. So they're just those particular guys, Muhammad Ali or Roy Jones Jr. Like when you watch Roy Jones Jr., it is poetry in motion. There is a beauty in how he moves and what he does, even if you know nothing about boxing. Same thing goes for Kyrie. Like, some of the stuff that this guy does is stupid. Like, I'm a amateur, brick level, fruit selling level of a basketball player when I just do some hoops and just seeing what this guy does, I'm like, how the heck do you do this? And there's a narrative. So Celtics are 3-up now. They're 3-up now. Against the Pacers. There is a narrative of Kyrie against the Celtics, which would be crazy. Because remember, like, he went to Celtics, supposed to be the leader because that was the move that he wanted to do, because he wanted to be the leader because he was, even if this just sounds crazy, he was LeBron's side chick at Cleveland. He wanted to go to Boston to prove he was the main guy. Didn't really work out, is what it is. And then was playing with the Brooklyn Nets, and they played Celtics. I ever remember when I think he basically stepped on the logo of the Celtics thing, which is like disrespectful. And I think a fan was saying something to him. I think there's actually a photo of him basically flipping the bed, like throwing the middle finger at the fan. So, and for me, anybody who knows me, I'm a narrative mentor, bro. I love the narrative. And it would be a crazy narrative if they play the Celtics and, remember, Celtics have home court. It'd be crazy. Like, basically, the script is Mavs Celtics, Game 7, Kyrie hits the winning shot. That is Disney Plus. That would be, I would argue, that would be one of the greatest NBA scripts of all time. Now, unless you guys can give me a better script, I can't think of a better script, taking everything into account. If it's Game 7 in the Garden, overtime, and just like he did, was that 2016 against Golden State, hits the winning three. Basically, they're down 2. 2 seconds left, and then they win by a point in the Garden. That is peak cinema. That would be peak cinema, man. So yeah, man, for me, because in my view, Mavs, like, Wolves, shout out to them, too young, and the Wolves are going to be a force to begin with. If they can keep all of their guys, they're going to be a force in the future. But I think they can't stop these two guys. And I think the thing about basketball is, which is different from football. In football, even if you have 2-3 amazing guys in football, it's 11 against 11. And at most, you have maybe 3 superstars, which still isn't enough, because in football, the pitch is so big. So there's so much space to play that 3 players can't make that much of a difference. In basketball, it's a smaller playing area. It's 5-on-5. So if you just have 2 amazing players, remember, it's 5-on-5. So those 2 amazing players. That is why the Miami Heat was OP. Because you had LeBron, you had Bosh, and you had Dwayne Wade. So you had 3 superstar guys. So it's like, bro, how the hell do you stop these freaking dudes, man? So if with Luka and Kyrie playing like this, and they just get support from all the other guys, it's like, it's done. And the games have been close. But as long as Luka and Kyrie are playing at this level, the Wolves can't beat these guys. It's impossible. They can't beat these guys. And I do feel that for ratings, a Celtics match would be a freaking amazing final, because you've got Tatum, you've got Jaylen Brown, you've got Horford. So, and then obviously you have Kyrie, you have Luka, and I just think that there's the Luka storyline, Euro player, Euro League. There's the Kyrie storyline as well. There's the Tatum storyline, and correct me if I'm wrong, Celtics and Lakers are on the same championships. So if Celtics were to win, that would now put them one ahead of Lakers for all-time championships, And also, there's been this whole thing of like, and let's Jaylen Brown has probably been the better player over Tatum. So yeah, man, it's interesting, but yeah. And shout out to Jason Kidd. Because yeah, I'm old enough to remember when he like started playing. Because remember, I started watching basketball in the 90s, mid-90s. So I remember the Jason Kidd kind of career, man. So yeah, look, we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, sorry to Luka Doncic, you're that dude. Mavs got this, and I think we believe we're seeing a Mavs Celtics NBA final, man. It is what it is, man. Like that vid, hit subscribe. Also, yeah, hit subscribe over there. And guys, join us for our first NBA Hangout show on Tuesday, I believe. Join us. Hangout show. One love.